According to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, affordable housing is generally defined as housing on which the occupant is paying no more than 30% of gross income for housing costs, including utilities. However, the definition of affordable housing has shifted in the eyes of many, wondering if they'd ever find a place to call home. To understand the root causes of this crisis, we need to take a look back at the troubling history of housing discrimination known as redlining. Now, this practice systemically denied loans and housing opportunities to people of color in certain neighborhoods, creating segregation and inequality. The Fair Housing Act outlawed redlining in 1968, and near the end of his life, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. helped lead the Chicago Freedom Movement, which inspired the act. But its legacy continues in the form of modern-day redlining. We know redlining is real. What do you think about the history of discrimination, even getting Black and brown people into a home?
Really, this economic segregation is the sad, sort of shameful history in Chicago. There's so much I love about Chicago. There's so much that Chicago gives families, but what it has denied so many families for over the years, economic opportunity. And it has been systematic. It has not been random. It was intentional. There were policies and practices put into place to deny home ownership from families.
Overcoming challenges and creating a way for solutions is one of the focal points for the YWCA.
We work with the Chicago Housing Authority, which is a HUD program. They provide residents who've they vetted, and they're in this called Choose to Own program. And so they want to purchase a home. They want to own a home. And so we facilitate that by walking them through the process.
The programs that you all offer, while they sound good, do you think that it's just a Band-Aid?
No, I think when people are housed, especially housed securely, they have a different perspective on their life.
I spoke with residents from all walks of life whose stories once painted a troubling picture. Take Ms. Scott, for example, a lifelong Chicagoan and former CHA resident who decided to take a chance and join YWCA's Choose to Own program.
There are a lot of programs out here that are available, but a lot of that information doesn't get in neighborhoods like mine. That's one of the things I'm really grateful with the Choose to Own program. That program made the impossibility a possibility.
Ms. Scott was not alone in her journey to own a home. According to a recent report by the Chicago Housing Authority, the median rent in the city has skyrocketed by nearly 20% in the past 5 years alone. Now, despite their best efforts, middle and upper middle class individuals and families find themselves dealing with slumlords and even priced out of the neighborhoods they aspire to call home. Something that new homeowner Kelly Smith knows all about. She faced many renters' woes and decided to take the leap into home ownership.
You're never trapped. The society may put into your mind that it's closed off to you, that you do not deserve, nor can you obtain this, but that's not true. Anyone can do it.
As the housing landscape makes changes, many things still remain the same. Higher home buying and rental price pinches are real, but there's also a silver lining and many success stories from programs like those at the YWCA and more. They create a legacy of hope for many, like Ms. Scott and Ms. Smith.